Okay, we're back for another chapter of Mice and Mystics. This is chapter 5. I think it's called Cat and Mouse. And as you may have watched from the previous video, we ended up in the forge, clearing out all the rats working there. So we're starting from there now. And we've discovered some more plans about what's going on, which was discussed in the last video. And now we're going to go find Brody to conscript him to work for us. Somehow, yeah. 4 mice are going to capture a cat and make him work for us and become cattle riders. Okay,
that's
so
a bad joke even from my taste.
But it was you who thought of it.
So we're the usual group. It's Dave,
Hello.
Carla, Dee, and myself, and we're playing Tilda, Colin, Filch, and what are you playing? Nez. So we're starting in the forge, and we're going to work our way through some of these rooms. You've got the dining room, we've got the little magic room in the corner there, and some tunnels over here. Oh, the one thing we did find was in the book, the setup showed that this tile on the picture starts like that, but we were discussing it, and there's no actual way of getting through because you go through these little silver path icons through there.
Yeah, so silver has to match the silver, and gold has to match the gold.
Yeah.
So when you look at it on so you'd flip this tile over, and then gold matches gold.
But with this one of the forge,
Even
I mean,
when flipped.
as you can see now, currently you can't go through there, and obviously this one starts like that, so silver and gold doesn't match up. And when you flip that one over, which unfortunately we can't do now because the figures are on there, but it doesn't actually have a match bar.
Well, it does match now if we start it like this.
Yeah. So just to show you.
We believe that this tile was marked down incorrectly, so we think this was supposed to be the startup, this tile, so we're going to play it that way.
In the picture it shows the other way around, so if anyone knows any different or if there's any erratas to this, let us know underneath. But what we've done is we've flipped this tile immediately, so we're going to start like that. When that one flips over, we can then enter this tile. Otherwise it'll be a very short scenario.
And we'll lose.
Yeah.
And it's impossible.
So there you go, we'll come back in a little while and show you how we're progressing. Okay, so a little bit of an update. We're onto the 3rd tile now. At the beginning of the forge we killed the rats quickly and then moved on to the Venestra's little chamber room. We killed a couple of rats and spiders in there. The special search for that one was every time you surge you get a rat in there. Spider in there, which was interesting, but we managed to kill a couple of spiders. And then we moved, after finding that, we actually went onto the dressing table and did a special search there and found Venestra's brush. I have no idea what that's for yet, but there you go. And then we moved into this dining room chamber now, and as you can see there's 3 rats waiting for us. That's pretty much that. We know there's a special surge here as well, so we're going to see what's going on.
Just make a quick note as well for anybody who knows a few more rules.
Oh yeah.
In the last room, where we cleared everything, we were ready to explore, but one of the characters was still webbed. So when we're exploring, when you're webbed you can't move, you spend the whole action doing a recover action. But we can't see anywhere in the rules where it says you can't move to a next room. So we've gone under the assumption of, if everyone's ready, essentially you go and help them, unweb them and take them through with you. Once again, if there's anything that we're doing wrong or we've missed,
erratas or FAQs,
then put a comment underneath just so we can see.
We've just helped Tilda unweb and then moved into here, and we've picked up a few items. I've got a tail link, and Dee got an item that pushed the page counter down one, and Carlos found a spear and a hammer.
Yeah, new hammer and
it's hammer time.
I got a shoeing.
Yeah, you got
I found some wounds.
Cockroach bites.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll come back in a little while. Alright, just a little quick update. It's significantly tougher this round because I forgot to mention at the beginning of the game. We're playing with like a level 2 minions deck, so the encounters are harder. And it is quite tougher as we are, I don't know if you can see, we are 1 turn away from losing the end, and we're 1 cheese on that wheel away from reaching the end. But we've made it up into the kitchen. We've just come up here now. We've just heard that we have to get on the counter and fire with our fork some cheese bits onto a chiming bell to summon Brody.
And then defeat him.
And then defeat him, which is going to be pretty tough, so provided how close we are to death.
And we've got rats and spiders, which all roll defense dice, which could add cheese to that.
And it's quite annoying as well, because we've all been I've been upgrading like crazy. I've got 2 new abilities, and I think Dave's got a new ability. He's got a new ability.
I'm fully upgraded.
Oh yeah, I got keen eye.
So we're gonna plow through this quickly, and then summon Brody, beat him while not rolling any cheese for the bad guys.
Easy.
Our one hope is, or Filchy D over here, he can remove cheese from that wheel as long as he kills the rats.
Where there's 2 of them.
Right.
And let's hope.
The rats are going first as well.
Yeah, woohoo!
You can't go in there, Nathan.
Right, so 30 seconds later, and I'm just updating you on the video, we're dead. Rats moved up, hit and threw all the cheese, and that's game over. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, see you next time. No, I'm kidding. Well, it was pretty tough, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through the scenario again and get to this point, and then we're going to carry on from here with the video. So we'll see you in a couple of hours as we come back through this sections again and come back to here. And when we get back to here, we'll carry on with the video from there. And we'll put a note down saying that we died again because we're rubbish. You guys are rubbish. I'm doing all I can, yeah.
Hey, it's you guys that keep dying.
You're the healer. You're supposed to stop us.
Descent in the ranks. Okay, so we've gone through the phases again. And we had a similar sort of outcome, but this time we've got here with 1 less page counter, and we defeated Brody.
I defeated Brody.
Fine.
I did. I have his claw. I have the cat tamer.
And just in the previous time when we did this, Dave had cheese tamers. He rolled 4 dice and rolled 4 cheese.
Cheese master.
Yeah.
And this time around, Carla got the cheese master achievement. So everyone's getting that goddamn achievement except me.
Just explain what it does.
I did in the last video because that's the only one I needed. It pushes the page marker up 1, and it allows every time you roll defense dice to get an extra cheese for everyone. But what happened here was we fought with those rats and the spider.
No, there's just rats on the second
one. Oh, yeah, it was just rats on the second one, yeah. We came up here, flung the cheese at the bell, which summoned Brody, and then we pounded on him. I tried to fling the grape at him, but it didn't work, because you're not allowed to fling grapes at big creatures. And apparently once you've beaten Brody, the stage ends. So that board wasn't even used. So it's interesting. We had a quick look, but not overall, because we didn't want to spoil anything. But that is apparently a story moment in there. But that's also, we found the fork earlier around here somewhere for
on the other side of there, I think.
For searching. And if you don't find the fork to fling at the bell, then you have to go in there, I assume, and spend some time there searching for Brody, maybe, or something like that.
Well, to be honest, we wouldn't have made it all the way there. I mean, look how close we are to the end, and almost at a surge. It would have not been beneficial for us to go in there with the risk of having to do it all again.
I wouldn't really say it was a risk. It's that we had the items we needed for it. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't have had a choice. So if this group wasn't as thorough with almost knowing games like this and going, we should search everything because we'll find special stuff.
Yeah.
If you didn't, then you would have to go into there. But then the story moment might have pushed the chapter page up one as well, so it might give you an extra bit of room because there's a bit more about it. So.
It's interesting. There's the funny thing about this game is there's lots of little nooks and crannies, things that you wouldn't really think of. It's not like, in a game like, we'll put this token down here. If you search it, you get something. There's actually stuff on the board that you would have thought of. Yeah, like for instance, you wouldn't know that brush there is something you could pick up. So, and like there's little, you would think, well, if there's a brush there, what about that treasure chest? Can we open it? No, you can't. There's some serviettes. Can I use that to wipe my bum? No, you can't. So it's a little odd. It's, you're not always 100% sure what can you use or
almost
what
as odd as that comment.
So anyway, that's chapter 6. No, chapter 5. Or probably chapter 7 for us.
Chapter 5, 7th gear.
Yeah.
Died twice.
And that's the cat and mouse game. And we have finished it. What did you guys think of that as a quick brief? Did you like that scenario?
Yeah.
It's very easy once you can get through the hordes of rats and spiders. Because we're playing the extra encounter level now, there seems to be a lot more spiders coming out. And spiders are hard as nails.
Yes.
Especially when you're a silly little mouse. D, did you like it?
Yeah, it's getting a bit more difficult, but, you know, life is nothing but a rat race.
Well, now we have a cat to ride, so now we can call him Battle Cat.
Battle cattle.
Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we should be back sometime soon with chapter 6 or 7?
Six.
So,
Six.
6.